You'll be married in here in the suburbs with a kid on the way in 3. Convincing yourself you're living the American dream. And I'll be dancing out in California. Welcome to the Meat Sangria podcast, everyone. I am your host, Brendan Abernathy, singing my new hit song, Married. I don't even know what the name of that song is. Probably Convincing Myself would be a great name for that song. Convincing myself that one day I'll write a love song. If you don't know what song that is, it's going viral on TikTok because of how bad it is. But it's not even a bad song. It's just the way he's performing it. It's just funny. And everyone's making fun of him. And he's rolling with the punches. He's doing a good job. But it's just being made fun of as like one of these like I don't know how to describe it. One of these like youth pastor songs. The way the videos originally filmed, everyone's in a circle just filming him sing it. And he's just like, I don't know. He's like going on his tiptoes too. It's very interesting. So, but the song itself, when you listen to the lyrics, like, it's not that bad. If someone else was singing it, it'd probably be fine. If he wasn't doing weird stuff, it'd probably be fine. But Married in a Year in the Suburbs, coming, I didn't even think it released it. I think there was like an unreleased clip. And everyone just looks so serious when they're circling him. Married in a Year. This guy's a genius. The Suburbs, where does he come up with this stuff? But everyone's hating on it. And I think most people are lightheartedly hating on it, but it's like always the TikTok hive mind or the internet hive mind. When one person starts to hate on one thing, everyone just gangs up and they don't even actually hate on it. It's just, I'm guilty of doing this. I'm guilty of starting hate. I had a video, I think this last week, where it was a couple and they said, I don't know, it was just a man and woman taking a picture together, and the caption was just, I think it said something like, soulmated so hard that we have, our social security numbers are only one digit off. And I just made a video that was a complete lie. It's obviously a lie. I'm just making a joke, but I'm pretending it's real. But it's very easy to tell it's a joke, where I go, I did some research. These people are actually twins. They're dating each other. Of course, they have this close social security number. And some people probably believe me. The person who made the original video took it down. So I don't know. They're obviously not twins. I'm sure we all know that. But maybe they are. Imagine I hit the nail on the head with that one. That's crazy. And then half the comments are, I have a twin and we don't have the same social security number. Guys, some of us do and some of us don't. You're not as lucky. Me and my twin, perhaps we do. Perhaps it was a first-hand experience that I was telling you about. I don't know how social security numbers work. They're stupid anyway. It should be a random number. It should be sequential. I could figure out which social security numbers people have just by looking them up, just by going back in time. It's a stupid system. I would honestly sue the United States government for that. If I ever get hacked because of my brother, I would sue the United States government. Fuck you guys for making this stupid ass system where one number can be used to hack my identity. Can be used to be hacked. Cool. It was Memorial Day this weekend, right? Happy Memorial Day, everyone. We uploaded the podcast, if you notice, on Tuesday of this week. The last week. I'm going to start doing it on Tuesday. We're going to see, nothing's permanent here, guys. I just want to see what days of the week feel the best. I think Tuesday surprised a bunch of people. So we're going to start on every Tuesday, and then I may change it to Wednesday, may change it to Thursday, may change it back to Sunday. So you guys will never know. But yeah, I didn't upload it on Memorial Day because Memorial Day is Monday, right? Not Sunday. Okay, never mind. I didn't do anything on Memorial Day. Besides Sunday, I went to my friend's barbecue. He has an annual Memorial Day barbecue, and this time they had a band there. I'm not gonna lie, the band was fine, they were good, but I don't need a band, bro. I don't need a band in the back. I do not need a band at my barbecue. I just want to talk to people. I just want to talk. I just want to play some beer pong, perhaps. I haven't played beer pong in a while. See, look at my form, guys. I'd say I'm pretty good, but you never know. You never know, guys. Sometimes you're good, sometimes you're bad. I've had some legendary runs before where I'm just draining everything. All the ladies on the beach are crowding around me. They're like, oh my God, teach us your skills. I'm like, ladies, please, you could never handle a piece of ass like this. And they back away. So that was my dream last night. It was a pretty good dream. But happy Memorial Day to everyone who is alive and everyone who died in service of this country or another country. Memorial Day should be about everyone who died in service of a greater belief. If you die in service of saving the carrot meisters, you should be memorialized in a special day. So there's that. And it was cold though. It was like fucking 60 something. That's too cold for Memorial Day, guys. That's not a good barbecue. I need to be at the beach. I haven't had my first beach day of the year. Can't wait to go, just lounge out, lay out with my large stomach basking in the sunlight. I sound like a lizard creature. My large stomach. All right. Anyway, what's up? Oh, I have a great story that happened yesterday. Last episode, I told you guys a bunch of stories from open mics. And shiver me timbers, we have an even better one from yesterday. This one directly involves me. I am the troublemaker. Actually, I just thought of another one. I'll tell real quick. There was another open mic like 2 years ago where I had a joke where I thought the part of the joke I thought would be good if I just screamed as loud as possible into the microphone. And everyone got mad at me. They were like screaming at me. And I was like, all right, guys, my bad. Sorry, I put myself out there creatively. They didn't get that mad, but people after were like, what the fuck? It's like, guys, listen. It's all fun and games. Listen, we tried something. At least I didn't whip my genitals out or light myself on fire like the guy from Amsterdam. My goodness. Anyway, yesterday's open mic, I decided to go to a new comedy club that I've never been to, because sometimes you got to check out. Sometimes, I have a bunch of places I like to go to, but sometimes you want to go to a new place and add it to your repertoire. Maybe I'll start going there more. I get there early, and the owner, I believe, of the place is sitting outside, and it's just me and him. We start talking, and he says, yeah, this open mic's run by, and he says this girl's name. I'm not going to say her name. And I was like, that name sounds familiar. Who is this person? I was thinking about it. And I realized there was a girl a couple of months ago, just a random girl I matched with on Hinge, and we talked for a little bit. And then she ghosted me, essentially. We never met each other, so she just stopped talking to me, whatever. It's all good. It's nothing, serious, but I remember her because I remember on TikTok, like a few months after that, maybe like a month or two ago. Maybe, I don't know when we matched, like January or February, maybe. I saw her on TikTok like a month ago, and she was making these videos, and I was like, why does this girl look so familiar? Who is this? And I was like, did some connecting. I was like, oh shit, it's her. She was making like comedy videos, so I guess she's trying to become a comedian. I'm not sure. It didn't come up in the first place. I don't think she was doing that in the first place. But anyway, I was like, I'm pretty sure it's her, but I don't know for sure. We'll see. So the open mic starts. She's the host of the open mic, but she didn't get there yet. So the mic starts, and like a bunch of people come up, and then she gets there. The owner was doing it, and she gets there. I'm like, it is her. I'm like, oh shit, it's her. So she gets up, tells her jokes. Tells you they're all about dating and stuff, and I'm like, fuck, dude. Imagine if I went on a date with her, she would have been talking about me, huh? Not that I don't do that stuff too, but I just thought it was funny. And I went up next. She read my name off. She called me Max. She's like, up to Max. I'm like, I'm not Max, but you're about to find out who I am. I was contemplating, should I mention that we matched? And I was like, I got to do it. It'll be funny. So I go up there, and I'm like, I forgot what I said, but I'm like, I was trying to figure out how I remember you. We matched on Hinge a few months ago, and you ghosted me, and everyone just started laughing. And she was like, oh, shit. And it was a funny moment. I didn't want it to be awkward. I'm not, like, getting on stage and be like, you fucking witch. You didn't talk to me. You didn't let me see your pussy. I don't know what nerd would say that. That's a weird comment. But it was just funny. And there was another joke that I referenced, but I just kept mentioning it pretty much. That was the only thing I was getting. No, I did fine. I did not great, but fine. I just kept bringing it up. There's another joke I have about the start of the joke is me saying, I wish I had the confidence to murder my wife. And then I'm like, I don't have a wife. And I was just like, I obviously don't have a wife, because why else would I be on Hinge? And then I forgot what I said. Something like, actually, I was cheating on my wife on Hinge, so good thing you ghosted me, or something like that. Anyway, she didn't, like, she was, I think after every comic, she would say something like witty about their set. She didn't mention the Hinge stuff at all. She mentioned something else that I said, and I was like, okay. And then as we were leaving, I was just, you say bye to the host, hey. She was just like, she gave me an awkward, like, hey, like, oh. And I was like, it's okay. I don't really care. It's fine. You're good, broski. So we left. And then she reached out to me on Hinge after that, a few hours later at night. I forgot what she said, but I was like, listen, it's okay. I don't want your pity date. If you're trying to be like, oh, we can actually go on a date. I don't want your fucking, you said you didn't want to in the first place. It's fine. This is the way the game is played, right? Most people you match with, you don't go on a date. That's how it goes. I was like, yeah, not that she offered it to me, but I was like, listen, it's all good. I just had to bring it up because it was funny. And I think I'll probably see her again at some place or whatever. I'm not trying to be her enemy. I'm not trying to be, there's a bunch of other people. I feel like I've matched with some comedians before. There's one in particular I'm thinking of who ghosted me twice. They ghosted me, and then they reached back out to me, and then they ghosted me again. I was like, what the fuck is wrong with you? It's more just a testament to how ridiculous you are. I'm like, what is wrong with you? Fucking, honestly, like kind of retarded. So I don't even know if I'd recognize her, but if I saw her, I don't even think I'd bring it up because that one was just like weird. She'd probably be more embarrassed in that case. But yeah, I just thought it was funny. So I did it on. I wasn't going to confront her in person, per one-on-one. I had to do it on stage. I have to get some laughs out of it, guys. Come on. So I don't. If I'm swiping, I haven't swiped in a while. But if I'm swiping, I do not swipe on comedians. I really try not. I don't want to get mixed up in that. That's crazy. Unless you were like the hottest comedian ever, then. I'm not saying this girl was not hot. She's perfectly attractive. Not perfect, but she's an attractive young lady. We'll call her that. But I don't need. Like, you know what I mean? It's just like it's almost like a self-respect thing, but not even that. Just like I'm not here to try to beg for you to go on a date with me. I don't care. You're just a random person. It is what it is. You know what I mean? If I had gone on a date with her and then she ghosted me afterwards, maybe I would have grilled her a little bit more. But it's also a weird dynamic where it's like, I can't just get on stage and berate someone. That's not good etiquette. That should be like one-on-one. I want to be in good graces with the people. I want to be able to come back there and, So it was funny. It was funny that she reached out to me, but I shut it down. But I'm sure I'll see her again. And I'm not trying to, like I said, I'm not trying to be your enemy. But you never know who you're going to see, guys. You never know who you'll encounter. If you're matching with someone in an industry you want to join, probably don't do that in the first place. But also, I guess if you don't want to go on a date with someone, you match with them, then you should probably ghost them. Or just don't. Sometimes you match with someone and you don't even talk to them in the first place. I do that all the time. I send a like with someone, then like a few days later, she'll match with me. And I'm just like, why did I do that? I don't want this person. You just don't talk to them. You just leave it sitting there, and that's fine. You know what I mean? I think that's perfectly fine. So it is what it is. But funny story. So now we have a bunch of stories here. Maybe if I keep talking about the weird things, they'll just keep happening. If I keep mentioning crazy things happening at the open mic. The open microphone. This one host I used to always call it an open microphone. It's an older man, and that's what it is. But, it's a weird way to call it. All right, we got a couple of weird stories today. I don't have much. This is a weird episode. I have a lot of weird stories and we'll see how this goes. We're going to talk about prom because there was a tweet, a viral tweet that went on Twitter, went on X, a viral X, where some lady said, prom is at least $20K now. If I were to have a kid, it'll be around $100K. So I'm going to go ahead and add that to the list of reasons I don't want kids, LOL. What the fuck are you talking about, lady? Prom is $20K? The hell is this? $100K for prom? That's a wedding, dude. What are you doing for prom? Guys, I'm going to be honest. I'm a bad example of this. I didn't give a shit about prom at all. I didn't ask someone to go to prom with me. I barely even showed up. I was just like, all right, I guess I'm going to this prom. Might as well. How much money did it cost me? Like $50 maybe? I don't know. I have my suit. I didn't buy a new suit. You have your suit, you get on the train. Not even $50, like $10. I remember my friends, we took the train to prom. We took the train into the city. And we took the train back and we went home. I didn't have an after prom. It was a lame prom, guys. I didn't have a good prom. It was fine. I didn't care. I don't remember spending any time like worrying, am I going to ask someone to go to prom? Which maybe I should have. I remember my grandma was like, why don't you ask someone to prom? It'll make them feel so good. Like, why don't you ask a girl, even if you're not interested in her? I was like, what am I, community service, man? It's not my job, bro. It would have. There's plenty of girls who didn't get anyone to ask them. I'm sure they were sad, but I'm like, at the time, I was a nerdy kid, but I didn't have the confidence. Maybe now I would do it. Now I can grab my Make-A-Wish prom date. But back then, I don't fucking care. I remember people talking about it, like, oh, who's going to go to prom? I was like, I remember my brother didn't want to go, and I was like, let's just go. Like, what? Who cares? We don't have it anyway. Most of these people, it doesn't matter. So we all went. But I remember other people like questioning who they're going to ask and worrying. I was like, I'm not going to just in my mindset, I'm not going to ask them. I don't care. Literally don't care at all. I remember my sister's prom the year after. We had like a backyard party for it, and then they went off in like a limo maybe, or like a bus or something. I'm not sure. I don't even know who asked her to prom. I don't remember. So that was more of a thing, I guess. But also $20,000. It wasn't 20, maybe a few $1,000s. The fuck are you spending $20,000 on? The hell, 100,000? I can't even. If you gave me $100,000, you were like, spend this on prom. I don't think I could. I think I would like tap out. Please just kill me. Just kill me. I can't do this challenge. How much could the dress possibly be? Like, what are you even doing? Is there a party? I guess there's a party. It's just like a party. It's like having an engagement party at your house. That's what the problem is, I guess. The pre-prom party. Then everyone goes to prom. And then there's like an after party where some people do devilish things. I'm not sure. I've heard stories about, or not that many stories about some people going after prom. I mean, whatever. Do what you got to do. Have fun at prom. I had fun. I remember having fun at the prom. You know, did I go crazy? Did I care? I didn't care. I just remember not caring at all. There's certain things that is like, okay, if I cared, I would ball out. I don't care. Why am I going to spend any effort? I was doing stuff. I was trying to go to, that's right around the time you got into a new college. You're trying to go to college. You're trying to prepare yourself. I remember back then I had a YouTube channel where I play phone games. Did I talk about that on here? I don't even know if I've ever talked about that. I think I did. I feel like I had to have. I made money through it. I was trying to make more money. I was doing stuff. I didn't have time for prom, guys. Girls, you got to compete with the phone games, and you can't. Ladies, can you really compete with Crossy Road on the iPhone? What iPhone was that? What iPhone do I have? 14 now? That was probably like the iPhone 8 or something. I don't know, man. So, if this is your reason not to have kids, that you don't want to pay $100,000 for prom, I mean, you're just stupid in the first place. You probably shouldn't have kids. Probably shouldn't have kids. Spending that much money. $20,000 on a damn prom. Anyway, I mean, some people, like, it's a popular thing. Some people peaked in high school. That's the thing. If you're the prom... Did my school even have a prom king and queen? I don't think so. If they did, I have no clue. I don't remember the process at all. I don't remember voting. I don't remember anyone coming on stage. I have no clue. But I guess that feels like a Midwest thing. That's like an Oklahoma thing. The prom... And everyone's like, oh my gosh, she won prom queen instead of me. I'm gonna fucking kill that bitch. I'm going to light her barn on fire. That's an olden days thing. That was back in the day when you couldn't earn clout any other way. The only way to earn social status was through high school, being in the cheerleading team. Now you're just like, now I got hella clout just saying stupid shit on the internet. I don't need the prom king and queen. I don't need people to write in my yearbook most likely to, whatever. I think we did that in my class. It was like we had a thing called core, where it's like a homeroom where it has like 30 kids. It's alphabetized. So we did like a voting amongst the core. I didn't win anything because I was a nerdier kid back then. It's fine. Like I said, I don't care. These things don't matter. The world doesn't work the same way it did 50 years ago, where you have to impress your peers, and if you don't get along with the 30 people in your class, you're fucking screwed. You got to meet your wife in fucking the bank or something, and if you don't, you're just alone. You're a weird, lonely guy. So it's fine. But prom is crazy. All right. New urinal designs could prevent up to 265,000 gallons of urine from spilling onto the floor each day. Funny you should say that. No, they can't, because is the urinal going to catch the urine that I purposely spill on the floor? New urinal design. Yeah, how about I just piss on the floor directly? You ever think about that, urinal designers? If you're designing a urinal just to reduce piss on the floor, does it matter there's piss on the floor? Clean it up, guys. You're telling me you wouldn't clean the bathroom as much if there was less piss on the floor? But I'll piss on the wall. I'm going to start, if I see one of these urinals, I'm going to piss on the wall just because of that. Hey, I see your really cool urinal design. Wow, it must be reducing urine spills. Like, yeah, we reduced it by 265,000 gallons a year. I'm like, peep the floor under the urinal. See what I just did? 265,000 gallons right there. My body is a urinal producing machine. A urine producing machine, not a urinal producing machine. I do not pop out urinals. Let me see what these look like, too. I forgot to check that. New urinal designs. There's going to be a lot of looking up things on my phone in this episode, so I have to learn how to speak while doing that. Urinals are, they don't even, how does the urine spill out of a urinal? I don't even get it. Reduce pee on floor. I don't even get how, like, they designed two urinals, the cornucopia and the nautilus. Bro, come on. What are we naming the fucking, is it a ship? Let me see the picture, dude. What the fuck? Dude, these are stupid. This is actually stupid. They have they have all these flow charts where they have fucking, dude, they look kind of the cornucopia, dude, I have to try to put a picture of this on the screen. The cornucopia one is like a... It looks like it locks your balls in place. It's like a triangle opening. The Nautilus looks better, but I also don't get how that even prevents spills. I don't even get it. Bro, I could piss hard enough to spill on this. These look like they have no spills. Like a no-spill technology. But I could... Bro, if you pee hard enough... The Nautilus or the cornucopia, for sure, you're not spilling. That one looks crazy. But that one looks like it's hard to pee. The way this thing looks is fucking insane. Dude, they're doing research. If your thesis is on fucking urinal designs, I'm sorry. You gotta return your money to your father who paid for your PhD. Not that my father didn't pay for my education. And here's what I'm doing. If you got your undergraduate in computer science and now you're talking and making fun of people who design urinals, you should give the money back to your father. Wait, who's that apply to? Shit. Fuck. This episode is brought to you by the Matt Lipari store. Visit mattliparistore.com to peruse a wide array of items, including the Tell Me I'm Pretty Blobfish shirt. We have the Bubonic Plague Chicken Club mug. Many items for everyone in your family, including your disabled children and your old gay uncles. That is the perfect American family, as I could think of it. mattliparistore.com. Not me, guys, not me. Yes, me. It's okay, guys, I use my computer science skills all the time. I write code like I'm slinging fucking... I don't know, what would I be slinging? But for real, this is like... How much... I don't go to urinals that often. There's just so much piss on the floor. I feel like that's an elementary school thing. I remember we just peed on the floor back in elementary school. It was fun. The janitor was like, fuck these kids, bro. In kindergarten, bro, I was pissing on the floor. I was mischievous. I knew that I could pee in the urinal. I'm like, no. That floor looks pretty good, dude. We used to also pull our pants all the way down to pee back then. We had no skills to just like put the waistband down just to whip our little wieners out. Good times. Good times, man. I should still do that. If anyone did that in real life, that'd be crazy. I feel like women think men use their flies more often than we do. We don't. Or at least I don't. It's too dangerous if just to unzip the floor. Or I'm saying like without unbuttoning the top. Like if you have a belt, I take it all off. I can't be bothered to stick my... Listen, guys, this is just a testament to how large my regular sized wiener is. I can't fit it through the flies, so what am I supposed to do? All right. Okay, anyway, on to new things that I have to look up. Mom dies on vacation in Turkey. Family finds out her heart is missing. Mom dies on Turkey vacation, missing hearts. I know so much about this story, guys. I have to look this up. Mom dies hours after vacation starts. Then coroners discovered her heart was missing. Turkish officials are not saying definitively what... This is from the New York Post, a very, very well-regarded rag. Feeling ill on her flight, initially dismissed as food poisoning. Within hours, she grew delirious and was hospitalized. The mother died the very next day. Her husband claimed that the Turkish officials were very withholding of information. And he had his wife's body flown back. And in the UK, they said, hey, her heart is gone, bro. And they're just arguing, where the fuck did her heart go? Where the hell did her heart go? It could take coroners in England 6 months to determine what caused Martin's organs to start shutting down. So basically they're saying, why the fuck would you take out her heart? I don't think it's a case of stealing someone's organs. I don't think you can do that with the heart and just like... I don't know what you can do with the heart, I'm not gonna lie. But that's insane to go to another country, to a hospital, not to some like Mexican dental office in the middle of nowhere and they steal your organs and they take your heart out. Like, she died and you're just like missing all your organs. That would be insane. So that's kind of scary on Turkey's behalf. I know they do good transplants. I guess they don't do other stuff there. Whoops, guys. That's crazy. I might have to go to Turkey one day, guys. I'm just saying, look at this hairline. I'm not saying it's bad. I got to get a haircut after this. I'm kind of excited. I got to get the top trimmed. I got to get the sides. So I got to start working on my mullet. But my barber this barber that I'm going to has never trimmed the top before. So this is a test. This is a test to see how good he can do it. If he fucks it up, it's not going to be great. I'm going to be honest. But we'll see. But yeah, Turkey, that was a boring story. That was just sad. A mom of two, probably young kids, 28-year-old mom dies on vacation. They steal her heart. They're saying she was allergic to penicillin. They might have given it to her and then killed her. I mean, poor husband, poor kids. That's just crazy. You go on vacation, your wife dies. I mean, I can't think of anything worse. Or I guess you dying. Well, this is a good question. Would you dying be worse or your wife dying be worse? Some people, it depends. Some people, it depends. I think I'd certainly be more sad if my wife died than I died. Mostly because I'd be dead if I died. And then I'd be looking from above and I'd be like, come on. Come on. Boat carrying raw sewage explodes on the Hudson and kills one guy. That's the worst way to die. My goodness. Boat carrying raw sewage explodes. I can't think of a worse way to die. Unless you, like, drown in the raw sewage. Sewage boat explosion. New York City's Hudson River. I mean, the river is completely clean and safe to drink, guys, because of all this. And the explosion occurred at 10:30 a.m. Damn. That's a regular working day. If it was a 5 a.m. explosion, I wouldn't have cared as much because that's when the hardcore employees are out and they understand. 10:30 is like a regular time. Man, 3 people injured, 1 person dead. Damn, bro, it was sewage, one of the sewage holes, I think. Dude, that's crazy. They felt the ground shake. Maybe sewage is like combustible. I wonder if I lit my toilet on fire. Sometimes you ever just go in your bathroom and it smells bad, but there's no poop. Like, it's a completely clean toilet and you just go in and you're like, this smells bad. I think it's gas that comes up. There's supposed to be a gas trap there. There's like the sink trap and other stuff. It's supposed to catch the gas, but if there's too much coming up, it could still come through. If it's that much gas, it could definitely come through, I think. So sometimes I'm like, bro, what does this fucking smell? It smells like shit in here, dude. Can't be me. I smell delicious all the time. I smell so good all the time. But a boat exploding in the harbor and killing a guy, that is, it's just the sewage part is the worst. But any explosion, the Mexican boat that hit the thing and fell, just so many people get hurt on boats in the Hudson River and by New York. It's a risky endeavor going on boats. Someone I met, a nice, lovely long lady. But no, that's Japanese people can't pronounce their R's, right? Oh, so it would be a lovely young lady. That's not right. That was weird. That was disturbing. Anyway, she told me that she gets so sick on any boat. Like, she can't go on any boat or even be in a car for too long. I'm like, this is the most severe motion sickness I've ever heard of. Like, she has to drive. If she goes on a road trip, she has to drive, or else she just gets sick. She can't even go on a cruise. I'm like, Jesus. That's a lot of motion sick. That's kind of crazy. A cruise? Listen, I get motion sick when I'm on a really deep sea boat. Like, if I'm going on a fishing trip and we're going out deep and it's choppy, bro, I get fucking sick, dude. I have to lay down. I get fucking so nauseous. Holy shit. But if I'm on a regular boat on a lake, it's fine. If I'm on a boat, it's mostly, I think, the smell of gasoline, too. It's always like a fucking rusty fishing boat. Some salt dogs on there. We're in the middle and then we're just fucking gas. Just like, it's nauseating. But to be nauseous on a cruise ship, bro, cruise ships don't even move, dude. If you've never been on a cruise ship, guys, you feel, unless it's like crazy, then you'll feel a little bit. But the ship is fucking gigantic, bro. It's like thousands of people on there. You don't feel anything. If you've never seen a cruise ship in person, the fucking thing is gigantic, guys. They're huge. I'm going on a cruise in September. I'll report back. It's kind of nice to look out the window of a cruise ship when you're sleeping. If you have like one of the outward facing rooms, which don't get an inward facing room, guys. That's just risky. Don't get an inward facing room. But in an outward facing room, you can see the waves, and it's like nice. You feel so cozy in your room. Dude, am I getting a room where I have to sleep with all my siblings in one room? Fuck, man. We're too old for this shit. You can't have 3 27-year-olds or 2 27-year-olds and a 26-year-old in a room together. I gotta sleep on a bunk bed. But it's nice to look out the window. The last cruise we went on, which I believe was Alaska. I think so, yeah. I was just in my room. It was us 3 in the room. And I believe I already told the story about how I won $1,000 at the casino playing roulette while they were all sleeping, and I came in, I just threw my wad of cash on the table and went to sleep. And they woke up, they're like, what the fuck is this? And I was like, guys, listen, guys, someone just paid for your vacation. But there was also, I was walking in my room, and there was like a piece of glass on the floor. It was like a shard of glass. And I stepped on it. It was like I stepped right on it. It pierced through my foot. I was like, oh! And I pulled it out. But I think there was fragments left in my foot still, because I just remember like a few days later we were going on a hike, and like I just stepped on that foot right where the glass, it was like a wound. I had to bandage it, and it was like a piercing pain as if the glass was going back in. I was like, what the fuck? It's like right before a hike. I was like, Jesus, okay. So I bought there was like a gift shop. I bought some padded socks. I was like testing. I was like, okay, it doesn't feel that bad, but it was like such severe pain. It was just like directly stepping on a needle. I was like, I can't do this. So anyway, what the fuck was the original thing? That was all related to the boat carrying raw sewage in on the Hudson. I guess cruise ships have to carry raw sewage too, right? You can't just dump that in the ocean. They have to carry raw sewage. If that exploded, there's a lot of horror stories on cruises where just like the hallways flood, fucking people get sick. The COVID cruise. Oh my god, that sounds like a nightmare. Where everyone had COVID, you had to stay in your room for like weeks. Where I'd kill myself. If I didn't have my computer, I had to stay in my room for weeks. Should I bring my computer on this vacation? That's a good question. I would say no, but like, what if we're stuck? What if we are stuck is the question. Dude, that 3 27-year-olds stuck in the same room for 2 weeks because of COVID, I would kill the captain of the ship. I would stage a mutiny. I would do it. I would enlist all the Filipino workers. If you don't know, everyone on the cruise ship is a Filipino worker in the Caribbean. It's guaranteed, pretty much. Filipinos are great cruise ship workers. I mean, Filipinos are a very proud, rich culture, but they have a lot of foreign workers that work on cruise ships. I don't know what it is. It sounds kind of racist, but it's a stereotype, and it's true. They're mostly Filipinos, and great at hospitality, great at singing, too. My goodness, every Filipino has pipes of steel, pipes of gold. But yeah, I would enlist them together. I would get a group, and we would mutiny the captain, and I would take the ship over, and we would all spread our COVID. Because you know what? If we all have COVID, hey, guess what? If you have COVID, stay in your room. If not, let's go party. And then if you get COVID, go to your room. That's pretty much it. If we're all gonna have COVID, we're all gonna have COVID. All right, this was back during the day though, so it didn't count. I have some Amazon packages being delivered. Okay, wait, I gotta look. I'm gonna look this one up before I say it. Thanks, bro. Donald Trump is pardoning someone, and I'm gonna flex my knowledge here of Bravo TV shows. Donald Trump is pardoning Todd and Julie Chrisley, the reality TV show couple convicted of fraud and tax evasion. Stars of the show Chrisley Knows Best, which my mom used to watch back in the day, and I would watch because I was always in the same room as them watching their Bravo shows. I used to watch The Real Housewives of Atlanta, The Real Housewives of Orange County, The Real Housewives of New York, The Real Housewives of New Jersey. I used to watch, what else was on Bravo? I don't remember. They used to have like Selling Sunset, The Shahs of Sunset. That was another one of those shows. Never Jersey Shore. That was on MTV, not Bravo. But yeah, Chrisley Knows Best. Was it on Bravo? I don't even know. I actually have no clue if Chrisley Knows Best was on Bravo. But it was just, I don't even know what the show was about. It was just about their life. It was a guy who was probably gay. I think Todd Chrisley is homosexual, but it's fine. He has a wife. He's closeted. Him and his wife had 2 kids, or 3 kids. Chase, Savannah, and some other fucking dweeb. I don't know why they know their names. I'm like an expert on the fucking Chrisleys. But they were convicted of fraud, and they served years in prison. And they're Southern people. I guarantee they're fucking big Trump fans. They're like kissing this up to this man, and he pardoned them. So, congrats to them. Of course, this is complete bullshit. Do they deserve to be in prison? Listen, yes, they fucking committed fraud, dude. You know, that's kind of how this always works. When you're a reality TV show star and you commit fraud, You kind of serve like 2 glamour years. I don't know why I just did this. Oh my God, you serve 2 just for show years in prison. You know, Teresa Giudice and Joe Giudice. You go serve a couple of years in prison, then you get out. And then guess what? You do what you got to do. I went to prison. They probably made millions of dollars scamming taxpayers, scamming us, scamming innocent people. These are like the scum of the earth, these kind of people. The scum of the earth. And then you serve years in prison. I served my time. It's bullshit. Complete bullshit. But, listen, Donald Trump is pardoning his support. He pardoned the January 6th people, which is, it's a ridiculous thing to do. It's not a very democratic presidential thing to do, but it's a Donald Trump thing to do, so it is what it is. So, congratulations to Todd and, whatever her name, Julie, who fucking cares? The wife was the least important person on the show. Todd and Julie Chrisley, go back to scamming people with your real estate empire. Whatever the hell you did, I don't even know, man. It's just complete bullshit. People take advantage of the system, and, listen, I mean, the owner of the Mets was charged with, like, he had to pay the largest fine ever for insider trading, and he didn't go to jail. He just had to pay the fine. And guess what? He probably made billions of dollars. Billions, not millions. From it, he had to pay like $1 billion fine. It's never enough. Do I like the owner of the Mets? Yes, I think he's great. As an owner, he seems like a very nice guy too, but these are people that will break the rules. They don't give a shit. They break the rules, and frankly, you should probably be breaking the rules too. You break the rules, you get away with it. That's how the rich get richer. It is what it is. So these people, bro, they're not on the same level as Steve Cohen, the owner of the Mets, but that's how these people operate. You break the rules, you do some time, you pay a fine, but you probably have millions of dollars that you made from breaking the rules. You never pay it all back. They can never find out the full extent of what you made. So, insider trading is bad because I don't even know how. I mean, there's a lot of things that are considered insider trading that people probably do all the time. They don't even know about. I mean, we have congressmen and senators and stuff doing insider trading. I mean, what is it? Ridiculous. You can't do it, but they can. Complete hypocrisy, and the system is fucking stupid, and completely. It's just against us. It's against us as citizens, and it's not. I can't be this way for that long. This is how people become dissatisfied with their government. And do I trust anyone to fix it? No. Do I trust Kamala Harris to have fixed any of these problems? Not at all. Not a single bit, guys. I'm going to be honest. Not a single fucking bit. Can a president even fix it? Not really, because Congress and stuff, they have all the power. Senators have power. We have a system where not one person can do very much, and that's unfortunate, but it's also good. But, when the people voting to restrict the amount of money they can make, or people are voting on themselves, it just doesn't make any sense. It's like, they'll never vote for it. They'll never do it unless we put a gun to all of their heads. We go, hey, all right, a crypto bro in New York City tortured by a guy. This story I have to look up, but there was I believe an Italian tourist who had a lot of cryptocurrency was tortured by this other dude in a fucking apartment, probably like a 10, 15 minutes away from me. I could have heard his screams, dude. I could have been walking. That's a crazy thing I've always thought about. Like, if I walked by a house and I heard what I thought was prolonged help screams, what would I have to do? I would have to call the police, but like, I don't know how I would. I guess I would have to wait there, but I don't want to be abducted as well. I would wait there, and I would be like, hey, I heard him coming from this house or something. Like, can you fucking help me? Crypto bro torture. I saw the video of him like going up to a police officer with like no shirt on the street, being like, hey, help me. Second suspect surrenders to police. Oh, interesting. A cryptocurrency trader was allegedly kidnapped, tortured, and held hostage in Manhattan apartment for several weeks. That's crazy. Another guy, Miami resident William Duplessis and John Woltz. 2 people imprisoned this guy. They tried to get him. The guy, honestly, kudos to the guy who got tortured. He didn't give it up, dude. He did not give up his, if you don't know with cryptocurrency, you have like a key, which is just like a string of numbers or a string of letters. It's just a word, basically. But it's like, you don't know what string. Some of you guys don't know what a string is. Let me be clear. It's just a combination of letters and numbers. It's a cryptographic key. You have the wallet address and the key, and there's some other combinations that could exist, but basically two values that you should keep. There's no way to memorize it unless you're insane. You should keep private. And so, if someone tortured me, like theoretically, let's say I have cryptocurrency. If someone, I wouldn't know what to. I'd be like, I don't have the stuff. I don't even know how to give it to you, bro. So it's kind of crazy. Tortured for days, threatened to be killed, and at one point dangled over a railing if he did not give up his Bitcoin password. And the thing is, if you give it to them, I guess you can like arrest them because you know who they are, you know their identity. But once you give it to them, there's really no way to get the money back. You can arrest these people, but that's the way cryptocurrency is kind of crazy for the average person, which I really don't know. I'm a big fan of it, I'll be honest. I'm a computer science guy. But just like for the average person, it's so unforgiving. I don't think it's a proper way of the future to have money. Like, you know what I mean? I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. Like, it's just, like, you get scammed, it's over. You don't get the money back. There's no routing of the money back. And it's good in a way for a lot of things. It's good to have those, like, things enforced, to not be able to reverse something. But in some cases, not good. So I don't really ever see widespread adoption of it. Or in just like replacing our monetary system, but it has many use cases. But anyway, this guy, beatings included, but are not limited to, so there's more. Using electric wires to shock him, pointing a firearm at his head and using that firearm to strike him in the head. Oh, that's not even that bad. What is that? That's it? That's all you did to get his Bitcoin password? Bunch of pussies. Didn't waterboard him? You didn't do the iron bull? You didn't do any nipple torture? Okay, wait. Matt, we can't talk about your fantasies. We're talking about torturing a guy for cryptocurrency. Then no, that'd be pretty bad. I mean, I don't know. It seems like a very not thought out plan by a bunch of fucking goons. This episode of the Meat Sangria podcast is sponsored by NordVPN. Staying safe online is an ever-growing difficulty and you could be exploited by hackers. NordVPN allows you to change your IP address, making you harder to track, securing your privacy. Visit meatsangria.com and click on the podcast sponsors section to get 72% off NordVPN's 2-year plan. I know I do a lot of risky things on the internet. Let's just say I like to peruse the things the World Wide Web has to offer. You got to stay safe, guys. You got to protect yourself. You got to protect your data and your device. NordVPN lets you do that. Once again, meatsangria.com. Click on this podcast sponsors section to get our special deal. Thank you. I believe there was a woman arrested as well. A third person, a woman identified as Beatrice Fulke, was also detained, but we're not sure what she did. Cocaine, a saw, chicken wire, body armor, and night vision goggles. Ammunition and Polaroid photos of the victim with a gun pointed to his head were found. Those were all found at the crime scene. So this is crazy. This is scary. Guys, don't flaunt your wealth. Don't flaunt your wealth if you don't have, like, security, I would say. Or if no one knows. If you're just a random schlub and I just don't trust people. That's the thing. Don't trust random people on the internet. These crazy people. Yeah, it's risky. Don't flaunt your wealth, guys. Listen, I have trillions of... I'm the richest man in the world. I don't tell everyone that. I keep it private. I only tell you guys because you guys would never hurt me, right? Right? No, don't flaunt your wealth. And certainly, I mean, it's only going to get worse, I think, as the economy changes and the divide between the rich and the poor grows. It is growing, and it's not great. It's only going to get worse. And, in this case, I don't know anything about the victim. Maybe he's a piece of shit. Maybe the victim stole money from someone else. Maybe he's a scammer. Who knows? You still can't capture a guy and torture him. You still can't do that. Well, you can, but you're going to get arrested. So I think that's all I have. Guys, this is a short episode because that's all I have. I have an Amazon package outside with 50 things inside that I'm awaiting. I'm eager to get it, so I need to leave you guys. I don't care about you guys enough. I need this fucking Amazon package. We're going to skip an episode of giving away a hat. We're going to skip an episode, but guys, if you really want to save the Carrot Meister's hat, remember that they get given out every once in a while. My nose is fucking itchy as shit today. God damn. Anyway, what am I going to say? Please like the video, subscribe. If you don't like the video podcast being uploaded on Tuesday, you can tell me. But I don't know if I will care that much. We'll see. This is experimenting, guys. We're coming up on a year. If you don't know, a year of doing this podcast. Nothing much has changed. I'm still talking in a room. Still, I don't even want guests most of the time. This is the thing. People are always like, you want to get more guests? I'm like, yeah, probably at one point, but I just like talking to myself. I don't know how to describe it. I enjoy this. I enjoy writing things down in the week, and I'm like, I want to talk about that. I would hate to have a podcast where I had to interview like the idea of me being like one of the late night talk show hosts where I have to interview people that I don't even like. I'm just like, fucking this guy. I just can't fake it that much, guys. I'm bad at that. I can't pretend. So yeah. So no, I would love to have guests that I like, but you know, I'm not in the business of reaching out to random people. Be like, hey, you want to come on the podcast? Also, we're chilling, guys. We're chilling. We're just having fun here. This is archived information. This is stuff you're gonna look back and be like, wow, he was such a visionary when he talked about those urinals. He was such a visionary, talking about pissing all over the walls. What an amazing man this Matt Lipari is. What an amazing young man. The future of our society. Anyway, I just said I was going to be done. I just read a book, Red Rising. I read a book. Part of my, you can see my books here, but new book I was told is very good, and I enjoyed it. I thought it was very good. It's very much like a Hunger Games book. I would honestly say it's like too similar to Hunger Games for me to call it an all-time classic, but I thought it was a very good book. I enjoyed it. If you're into fantasy, I'm sure you've heard of it before, Red Rising. It's a series. I only read the first book. I'm reading the second one now. It's a trilogy, but then there's 4 more after that, I think, in the whole series. So I'm not exactly sure what's going on there or how that works. But yeah, I am on a reading kick. I read every night. I enjoy it. It helps me wind down. There's nothing better than a day where I'm reading a book and I fall asleep. I catch myself falling asleep while I'm in the middle of a page, and I'm like, it's time. It's time to pack it up. I don't have to go on my phone. I think it's better for your health. You don't have to go on your phone. You just lay there and just fall asleep after reading your book. It does suck when you're in the middle of a page and you're like, shit, I have to stop in the middle of a chapter. No one likes to do that. That stinks. But yeah, so if you need a book, we should start my own book club. I maybe have a section, the book club. The Meat Sangria book club, guys. You want to read some books? I have plenty of books. I have 4 books up there. I've made some mistakes where I'm buying the entire series before I even read the first book. I have this series called Scythe, which is or the first book is called Scythe, but I have 4 of them right there. And I haven't read a single one. I don't know if they're good and if they're bad. I have 4. I don't know what to do. There's been plenty of books that have series where I've read one of them and I'm like, I don't like this book. And I was, I believe I spoke about the young lady who got nauseous on boats. She was reading the same Red Rising. She couldn't finish. She said, I don't like this book. So I was like, damn, you don't like the book? It's a good book. She said she couldn't finish it. So it is what it is. That's how it goes sometimes. That's how it goes. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel, the Meat Sangria YouTube channel, meatsangria.com. You want to check out more about the podcast. Appreciate you all. Love you all. Thank you for tuning in. You're all so beautiful and amazing. And I can't wait to spend the next week with you all. And then the week after that, and the week after that, and the week after that. And then we'll convince ourselves that we can write a love song. Amen.